Top 10 tight ends in college football 2022, according to the Voice of College Football. Please check out the previous videos on quarterback, running back, and wide receiver rankings. Please like the video, share the videos out on social media. You enjoy the content, others will as well, right here, the Voice of College Football. And next call-in show, give me a call, and we will talk college football. Let's talk tight ends. Number 10 in the nation comes from East Carolina, and the much-improved 7-5 Pirates. Ryan Jones coming in with 37 catches last year, 442 yards, and 5 touchdowns. The Oklahoma transfer was recruited and signed as a linebacker, but he's made the transition very nicely. 2019 class is the 15th rated athlete in the country. Ryan Jones is our 10th rated tight end in college football entering 2022. At number 9, we go to the ACC championship team of Pittsburgh and Gavin Bartholomew. 28 catches, 326 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Expect those numbers to skyrocket this season, minus Kenny Pickett, of course. Not a good thing necessarily there. Enter Keaton Slovis, a capable quarterback, certainly, but also remove Jordan Addison, of course, so it would make sense more targets for Bartholomew. Freshman All-America, just the 68th rated tight end in the country coming out of high school, but his Pitt teammates said that he completely outworked every other freshman in his class. Frank Cignetti's offense will certainly feature Gavin Bartholomew, our 9th rated tight end in college football. Now on to number 8. And Dalton Kincaid of Utah. And Utah fans, of course, you'll want to go through the rest of the list. You're going to be mighty happy. Kincaid caught 36 balls, 8 touchdowns last season, including touchdowns in his final 3 games. That included the Rose Bowl and the Pac-12 championship game. The NFL Combine sent Kincaid an invite. And keep in mind that a lot of guys do get drafted or certainly are able to make NFL rosters without an NFL Combine invite. Kincaid got one of the just 300 to 350 invites, but he said, I've got unfinished business. I want to improve in every category of my game, but especially run after the catch. Dalton Kincaid at number 8. Our 7th rated tight end in the country, we go to Purdue and Payne Durham. In a pass-happy offense, he caught 45 balls, 467 yards, and 6 touchdowns. He missed 3 games, and he still put up 45 catches. And he missed 3 games because he got flat out beat up. He had issues with ribs, knees, also had a concussion, also an ankle injury. 7 catches for 120 yards and 2 touchdowns against Oregon State. Showed up against one of the very best defenses in the country, a top 5 unit in Wisconsin, for 9 catches for 112 yards and Purdue's lone touchdown in that game. And check out the video. If you didn't see it already in the Music City Bowl, it captivated all the highlight reels of the day in Purdue's astonishing win against Tennessee in overtime. 62-yard reception, run and catch, bullying the Tennessee defense down the field with about 4 minutes left to give Purdue its first lead against Tennessee en route to a win in the Music City Bowl. Payne Durham, Purdue, our 7th rated tight end in college football. On to number 6, and Michigan, Eric All. And we talk about game-winning touchdown grabs. This was one of the biggest for Michigan in 2021 en route to a Big Ten championship. 3.5 minutes left, trailing Penn State. Eric All catches the ball over the middle, shows both the speed and muscle, the power to go down the sideline, beat the Penn State defense to the pylon, wrestle off the last couple defenders, touchdown Wolverines. Michigan wins in Happy Valley. 38 catches, 2 touchdowns for Eric All. Big game against Sparty. 10 catches for 98 in Michigan's lone loss of the regular season. Eric All, the 6th rated tight end in college football. On to our top 5 here at the Voice of College Football. Best tight ends in college football. Please like the video. Subscribe right here at the Voice of College Football. And lock it in. We go live constantly. Would love to hear from you. At number 5, we go back to Utah as promised. And Brant Keithy, starting tight end for the Utes for 4 years, 42 games played. Racked up 50 catches this past season, including 6 in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State, and ripped up Oregon in the first game, in which the Utes demolished Oregon to take control of the Pac-12 and show to be the best team in the conference. 5 catches for $118. He was offered an invite to the NFL Draft Combine, said no, one more time at Utah. Let's get it done. Let's get to the college football playoff. Brant Kuithe, number 5 tight end in college football. On to number 4 and back to the Big Ten and Iowa's Sam Laporta. Not a highly sought-after tight end in the 2019 class, at 55th rated. But, of course, he is now falling in line with legendary NFL tight ends of just the recent past. George Kittle, T.J. Hawkinson, Noah Fant, and Sam Laporta the latest. 53 catches and saved his best for the final game of the season, the Citrus Bowl game against Kentucky. 7 catches for $122 and a touchdown against a top 10 to 15 defense in the country. Sam Laporta back for Iowa as the 4th-rated tight end in college football. On to our top 3, and we go to Notre Dame and the most productive tight end in the land. Michael Mayer, 71 catches, 840 yards and 7 touchdowns, had 2 100-yard games. And then in the Fiesta Bowl, Notre Dame blew a big lead, but don't fault Mayer. 7 catches, 2 touchdowns against Oklahoma State. He was a 5-star. We knew he would be good. He was number 1 rated in the nation at the tight end position in regards to creating explosive plays from both the slot and the wideout positions for a tight end. Number 3 tight end, according to the Voice of College Football, Michael Mayer, Notre Dame. At number 2, the stats don't back this up. He played 1 season at LSU. He's now a Georgia Bulldog, and he is a stud. And if he's got his game together, if he's got his head together, everything else in line to play football and play it to the best of his ability, Eric Gilbert will be one of the best, if not the number 1 guy. 35 catches as an All-America SEC performer as a freshman. In 2020, 5-star tight end, number 1 rated tight end in the country coming out of high school. Eric Gilbert, of course, now a Georgia Bulldog via transfer through Florida from LSU. Eric Gilbert at number 2. We stay at Georgia. Get this. The Georgia Bulldogs have arguably the 2 best tight ends in the country. And the 3rd guy, Darnell Washington, is a 5-star who is not disappointed. He just can't get on the field much. He's probably one of the 10 to 15 best tight ends in the country. Just again, it's going to be all about who gets time on the field. Well, this guy has to get time. He's the very best. Brock Bowers, Georgia. Just watched the SEC championship game against Bama, the playoffs, the big games, the big catches. He is a monster. He can do it all. High point of football as a tight end. Tremendous hands. Contorts his body in all sorts of different directions to make the catches, is a mismatch nightmare. 56 catches, 13 touchdowns in a run-heavy offense. Had 3 postseason touchdowns, as we alluded to, in the SEC championship game against Bama. 10 catches for $139. Pro Football Focus, all of their metrics point to Brock Bowers being the best. I saw with my own eyes. I declared that during the playoffs. Okay, I've seen enough. Brock Bowers, the best tight end in football. That's the top 10. Bowers at 1, Gilbert at 2. Then we go to Notre Dame and Michael Mayer at 3. Sam Laporta at 4. Utah's Brant Kuithe at 5. We've got Eric All at 6 from Michigan. 7, 8, 9, and 10. We've got Payne Durham, Purdue. Dalton Kincaid of Utah as the Utes put 2 tight ends as well as the Georgia Bulldogs in the top 10. Gavin Bartholomew of Pitt. And at number 10, Ryan Jones, the Group of 5 rep from East Carolina. Your thoughts down below right here at the Voice of College Football. Leave your comments, and we will march through the rest of the positions right here at the Voice of College Football.